Hello! Now, this is a Ford Mondeo, but don't turn over because it's the 3-litre V6 version. And more than that, we think it's one of Britain's most underrated cars. It may be a familiar shape, but if you actually stop and look at it, it's very well proportioned and rather handsome. And my God, it drives well. Does 151 miles an hour. Steering's brilliant, the ride's spot on, it's practical, it's well equipped, and it only costs £24,000. And actually, if you haggle, you'll get one for a lot less than that. Every time I drive one of these things, I always get out thinking, why do we buy anything else? Of course, you might think it's a bit common, but I'll let you into a little secret. Last year, the BMW 3 Series outsold the Ford Mondeo, so that makes this more exclusive. Actually, this particular model, the st220, is one of the most exclusive cars in the world. This chart shows that in 2005, in Britain, Aston Martin sold 1,050 DB9s. So how many Mondeo st220s do you suppose Ford shifted? Nope, you're wrong. 903, and that means that this is a rarer car than that. If it's exclusivity you want, though, then you also have to consider this. If it said Ferrari Snort Thruster X1 on the back, it would sell by the million. But it doesn't. What it actually says is mazda6. And that means this is likely to be the slowest selling consumer good since Philips launched the Laserdisc. It's called the MPS, and what it's got is a 2.3-litre turbocharged engine that develops a whopping 256 brake horsepower. Quick car! That means this sensible four-door saloon car will get from 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. It isn't as practical as the Ford, and with that low-rent radiator grille, it's not as good looking either. But to drive, it's even better. Oh, yes! Right, let's stick it into the hammerhead, see what's what. Oh, here we go. Back coming round nicely. Give it a bit of power. That's very good. And you don't have to worry about all the oomph making the chassis go and fall to pieces because it's got four-wheel drive. I have driven £100,000 coupes that are less fun than this. Asda, why would anyone buy the BMW? So, maybe at this point you're quite tempted by the value you get from a car with a rubbish badge. Maybe you're wondering which of these two is best. Well, hold on, because there's a third way. Yes, it's the Vauxhall Vectra, one of my least favourite cars in the world. I've always hated it because I've always felt it was designed in a coffee break by people who couldn't care less about cars. Well, it doesn't feel particularly exciting. I have to say, it doesn't have the poise and the delicacy of the Ford or the joie de vivre of the Mazda. But it does have a party piece. The Mazda and the Ford are pretty quick. But watch this. The The Vectra is phenomenally fast. Flat out, this is quicker than an AMG Mercedes. It's quicker than a BMW M5. And it only costs £21,000. A 161 mile an hour Vectra. That's like watching someone from Weight Watchers do the 4-minute mile. In fact, I'm just thinking, how many four-door saloon cars are actually faster than this? There's a couple of Bentleys, there's the Maserati Quattroporte and the Maybach. And that's it. So there we are. The 5th fastest saloon car that money can buy is a Vauxhall Vectra.